we will see if there's anybody out there that would like to come join us. It's Wade Whimsies. Wade Whimsies, wonderful Wade Whimsies. We're going to have a choice of 3 for 10. 3 for 10. We have almost a whole complete circus collection here. Almost. Now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces from the circus collection there. And then I have some duplicates of those too. So, I also want to show you we have a beaver. He's kind of a rare fella to get. And a squirrel, the big sturgeon. I also have a trout. He's hanging out over here. Maybe I should put this guy down and put a trout up here. The bigger waves are the older ones. And so, yeah, come on in and if there's anyone out there and you see ones that you like, just tell me to run. You get a choice of 3 for $10. And I'm doing that because for me, I only have to pay a processing fee one time instead of 3 different times. It's just a little bit less expensive for me to do it that way. However, if there's like only one that you would want, I would run one for $3.75, which by the time you take the fees and everything off, does not give me hardly anything to go with. So, if Wade's are not the thing of choice this afternoon, we can always go to brooches. I have figured I would do brooches today after the Wades were cleared out. So help me clear out these Wades. I have 2 egg cartons more full of them. I put each little piece in an egg carton so that they don't get messed up, and that's the way I store them. And they're in an 18 egg carton. I also have some more, more regular jewelry too, but it's all up to what you would like to see run. I do have a bunch of smalls that we're still working on clearing out, and I have to move some items because I'm getting pressure from the powers that be. That would be my wonderful husband too. Oh, I shouldn't say that. He is very wonderful. He just would like to see me clear things out a little faster than I am. So, and I did say that to my family on Facebook. I'm sorry. Oh, goodness. All right. So, who's out there? And do you need any Wades? Do you need 3 Wades for $10? And if you do, just tell me to run and I will do so. My name's Robin Brown. I'm the owner of Robin's Nest Resale. I used to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for about 12 years, so I do have Stampin' Up! Merchandise, old stamp sets, inks and markers and all that kind of stuff, and paper. So if you're interested in any of that, let me know. I will set up a separate show to do nothing but. And we definitely can sell off some of the old Stampin' Up! Merchandise. All right, so we have 3 ways for 10. And do I have any interest out there at all? Oh, here's the lion. Oh my gosh. Is he from circus or is he from, I think he's more one of the older endangered species ones. See, they've got bigger ones and smaller ones now. And there's a kitty down here too. There's a little kitty. What else is different? See how the two different sizes you have? This was from the Americana collection, and then this one was, from an older collection. I'm not sure which is which, but they definitely did some downsizing. I also have a raccoon here. He's the one that's a little bit harder to find. Um, so let me know if you see three that you like. A little kitty. I think he is got a little rough spot on his ear, but it's not real visible. But he does have a little chippy on his ear, so he's down there as one of the choices. And let's see, the cockatiel, the green cockatiel, he's harder to find. It seems like the older ones used to be a little bit more defined in color. He's from the Pet Shop collection. I'm going to put him, I don't know where we're going to put all these things because I have bunches of them. So we need to sell some to move some. And the rhino, we very rarely get a rhino that doesn't have a broken horn. This one seems to be just fine. He's not broken off or chipped off or anything like that. So he's out there. So we have the leopard, the tiger, we have a Florida panther, we have two sturgeons, we have a trout, a couple camels. This is I don't know what kind of monkey in a tree. We have a pony, and then we have a pony that's eating down here. We have a little brown pony, gray pony. One might be considered a miniature horse. Not sure. I have Noah and his wife from the Noah's Ark collection. I think this is King Henry VIII. There may have been a British kind of collection. Anyway, let me know if you need some weights. We might as well just run one here and we'll see where it goes and see if anybody's interested. There's two of you out there somewhere, and so if you want three weights for 10, we can do that. If there's absolutely no interest at all in these, I will move these off and we'll do something else. Of course, moving them off takes a little time. So I thought maybe we would do brooches if this is not your ball game. I also do have some stone necklaces, just little stone heart-shaped pendants, and they're on some of those like leather or plasticized cloth cords. I do have some of those that we can go through as well. So anybody's interested in 3 weights for 10, I mean, yeah, $3.33 a piece. That's a good price. They normally go for at least 5 to 8, sometimes 10, depending on which they are. All right, so this is a polar bear, and there's from 2 different collections here as well. One is from an older style. This one is facing left. That one's facing right or forward. You have a strong man, a clown, a bear with a hat, the horse that's standing up, the ringmaster, lion on a pedestal, elephant with a pedestal. I have rhinos. I have the gray wolf. I have squirrel, raccoon. And if you want to see any of these up closer, let me know. Now, there's a difference between these two, and I'm not sure which one. One is a peregrine falcon, and the other one's a an eagle. So I'm not sure which one is which. This one, I believe, is the American eagle, bald eagle from the Americana collection, and this one is a peregrine falcon, I believe. I'm not too up on which ones are which on those, but I have several of this style. Um, so, and you do get duplicates on these, not because you've wanted to, but oh, here's one that's really hard to get. This is the boar, the wild boar. So if you need the wild boar, that's another one you can pick up here at a very good price. So let me know what you need, and I will try running again. There's a beaver as well. I actually have two of them. One there and one here. He's really cute. And I combine shipping and refund overages, and I know these are small and tiny, but they do need some padding, and I will package them up as best I can, and you'll get a refund if you've paid more than $1 more than what you should have. You'll get a refund. Okay. And because I do not like to make money on the on the postage. That's just not my thing. I try to set the postage at a fair price, and I don't know why we're not. There we go. There's a little bit better focus. I'm going to give the camera a rub just to make sure that we are focusing properly. All right. So does anybody see any out there that they want? I was going to do just show just Wade's here. So if you're interested in any of them, let me know, and we'll give them a run for the money. And I'll just restart this one and run it just in case somebody sees something of interest out there. And I'll give this another 15-20 minutes here, and then we'll switch over to something else if Wade's are not your thing. Seems like they run back and forth in popularity. I hate the dead air. I just don't know what to talk about anymore. But so what I think I will do, and if anybody, I have some of these. I don't know if anybody collects these. This is a Playskool puzzle. These are those ones that are made out of masonite, and this is from 1980, 1982. This happens to be Pac-Man. And I do have a Miss Pac-Man puzzle up there, and I do have things like Charlie Brown and Superman and stuff like that. So if you're interested in anything like that, let me know, and I'll get them put in the buy it now, and we can get some of those out of my closet. I had my grandchildren lived with me for about 3.5 years when they were first born, and so it's been a kind of a reverie going back through some of their things. And I'm just going to show these as I back them off, and then and if you want a bigger lot than 3, folks, let me know. I can do a bigger lot as well. We can figure out some kind of thing. Like if you'd want to buy the whole lot of what I have here, I think I didn't count them. Let's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 16, 18, 60 of them sitting out here right now. There's 60 of them, so that would be $30 for all of them if somebody wanted to do that. All right, so let's go backwards and show you. We have the raccoon. And I'm going to, these are 3 for $10. If you see 3 that you want, let me know. But I like one at a time taking these, showing them and taking them and putting them back in their box. And then we'll move on to something else. I do have a zebra in the box that I sometimes is hard to find. So if you're interested in a zebra, let me know. I have the little fat pony, Shetland pony. I have a beaver. Actually have 2 of them. A turkey. The wild boar. He's kind of a hard one to find. Goldfish from the pet shop. The little kitty from the pet shop, she has a chipped ear, but she is here. All right, if anybody wants any of the weights, I'm kind of showing them and putting them back in their box, but if you're interested in them, stop me and we'll run a choice of 3. So far we have in the box here, I have gorillas, I have a zebra, raccoon. I actually have 2 zebras. I have a goose, turkey, cat, goldfish, and some little lambs. Here we have the bison, buffalo. This is the larger version of this. All right, and that egg crate's full. I use little crates like this, and it helps to keep them from getting all tangled together and keeps them in perfect condition, and they stack real well, so I like that. And after I get these off of here, and working backwards, of course, then we'll go towards some brooches. I have 1 piece from the nautical collection. I have the ship's wheel, so if you need that, that's kind of an interesting one. I have the lion, the tiger, and the leopard. I do have a polar bear like that, and then I also have this larger polar bear that's facing the other way. So if you need any of the polar bears, let me know. This is Noah and his wife. I have a couple of those. I think this is King Henry VIII, maybe. I think so. And this looks like, somebody told me this was from like the nursery collection, and it's not Mother Hubbard, is it? She's got a clock and a candle in her hand, so I don't know who she's from. Okay, we'll put the polar bears up. And I do have orangutans, gorillas, lemurs, and Florida panthers as well. So I have a plethora of wades. And I am willing to sell the whole collection too. So if anybody wants to shoot me a private message on an offer for my entire collection, there's probably 75 to 100 of them here. I didn't count them though. All right, so we have the circus horse. We have 2. I think I have 4 of them total. These are the peregrine falcons, I believe. I always get them mixed up whether these are not the eagles or owls. These are falcons. Here's another. That was obviously not a hard one to get. I have the small buffalo. And I have some strongmen. I have 3 strongmen. This is almost the entire circus collection here. 2 strongmen. Here's the 3rd. Here's another circus horse. Stop me if you see any you like or would like me to run a batch. This is the Florida Panther. I'd never heard of a Florida Panther before, but that's what that is. I have the green cockatiel. Hard one to get, so anybody that's looking for that one, they have 2 types. They have one that looks more like a parrot, and this is definitely the cockatiel with the comb on top. All right, we have the circus clown, circus elephant, the circus lion, the circus bear, and the ringmaster. All right. That closes up that box. So that's 3 times 18 so far. You would be interested in buying the lot. Okay. I will count them up. Send me a private message so I get your name in the chat. Send me a private message, and then I will count them up, and we can negotiate a price in the private chat, and then I'll make a private listing for you. Okay. Thank you. Let's see. We have gorilla. I have lots of gorillas. There's lots of gorillas in the collection. Maybe 10 of them, actually. Maybe 10 are gorillas. But I'll make a list of all the things that I have, and then we'll go from there. Gorilla, gorilla, gorilla. And then this is, I think this is a monkey, the circus monkey. He has a cup and a skirt. He's wearing a cup and a skirt. I don't know about that. This monkey in a tree. I don't know all their names. This is the bald eagle from the patriotic collection. Look at the trout. Look at the trout. And then I have 2 sturgeon, which are hard to find as well, in the big size. Every one of these has an inventory number on because I count them up. And beaver. Another gorilla. Oh no, this is orangutan. Sorry, orangutan. I have lots of orangutans and gorillas. There's the gorilla. We have the gray fox, turkey, green bird, and the eagle. Right. The turkey. Okay, so here's the eagle. The green bird, the cockatiel, and the turkey. Turkey, 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 turkey. What did I do with your turkey? Let's see in the first box. Second box. Who knows what box? Turkey? Where are you, turkey? I know it. Here he is. Making sure he doesn't have any chips or that. So those 3 for 10 on the bottom step here. They are restarting and running. Jay Olson is in there. All right, this is Jay Olson. You're going to get 3 little baggies with 3 little. This is Wade's OO. And I'm going to put that times 3 so we know that there's 3 pieces in the collection. You are welcome. If you see any others that you like, and I can go back through them. If you're missing something specific from your set, you can ask if I have it, and I'd be happy to try to do that for you too. I just know that this cockatiel is a hard one to find. Also, the trout and the sturgeon, for some reason, they say that those are a little bit harder to find. And a mark bag. One more bag to mark. Sorry. There we go. All right, those will be coming to you. No problem. Thank you. All right, so then we had the gray wolf, a rhino, and a tiger. Excuse me. Okay, gray wolf. I have one empty spot over here, a rhino. I think I have 2 of them. And a tiger. All right, excuse me. And then we have the Florida panther, the squirrel, leopard, and camel. I have several camel. Yeah. So far I have 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes full and 4 more. So 4 times 18 plus 4 pieces, and some of the boxes have 2 pieces in them. I'll have to separate them out, but that's pretty much. So let's see. All right, so that was the Wades. Yeah, I have a couple monkeys in here. I'm going to separate them, and then I can definitely count them. Okay, there's 18 times 1. We might be able to set that whole lot price up here. 18 times 1, 2. Times 3. Times 4. 18 times 4. That's 32, 4, 70, 72, I think, so far. Or 74, I'm sorry. 74, 76, 78, 80 pieces. And if you divide that by 3 and multiply by 10, that's going to probably be the answer. We might get a little bit less. All right. So let's go on to, how about jewelry? Anybody interested in brooches? Brooches, bracelets, necklaces? I have other smalls. Okay, brooches. We will go with brooches. All right, so I had some brooches last night that sold, but I have some additional ones in this bag here. I will pull out the brooch portions that are in the bag. They're beautiful. Yep. I have a consignment sale that I'm trying to sell for a particular lady friend of mine, and so we'll get some of those going out. Brooches are going to be $10 each, unless I find out they're like real tiny and I can lower the price on them. But we have an unmarked gold tassel, and we can do a choice for $10. We have a Monet. We have, this one is an unsigned beauty here. Almost dropped her. Look at the construction on this one. The wires twisted around the bottom there. And has rivets and textured leaves. It's a beautiful, beautiful pin. Unsigned. And this one I think is, yes, this one's Jerry's. Okay, so if you're coming in for Wade's, we've moved off of them due to very little interest. But if you're interested in any, I do have some in my Buy It Now and in my regular marketplace. I'm getting a brooch box open here. Horses. Do you have a specific Wade that you're looking for? Because I can pull specific ones out of the boxes. This is Sarah Coventry. Get a Artist Palette JJ. And I will tip the camera so we can see a little better in just a second. This is a mesh bow with faux pearls, unsigned. Some giraffes. This is an unsigned Christmas bell. These are faux stones. These are like just beaded, made to look like they're rhinestones, but they are beaded like metal beads. I have an onyx bar brooch. This is old enough to have a pin stop. just in case you were wondering. Here's the back side of it. I'll show you the back side. Let's get a focus here going. I think I need to use something else for a camera because this focus is just not handling it. And there's the beautiful bar brooch. I believe those are stone. No, they're resin. Okay. And let's see what put out. One more. This is a little bit more contemporary, but it is not that contemporary. It still has a vintage mount with a pin stop. You see that? And so this is a little bit higher end. I don't know whose end, but pin stops weren't put on everything. All right, so do we see any there? I'm going to try to lift this up and then, goodness. Nope, that's the wrong one to lift. I mean, it's the right one to lift, but that one's broken, so I can't lift it there. I'm going to lift this and then I'm going to tip it over a little bit. All right. Oops. So do we see any in there? I'm going to make a brooch choice here. And let's do them at $8 instead of $10, just to give you a little bit of a discount. I'm going to put the flat rate combined shipping on. It's going to be $6 and then 50 cents for each additional, and I still combine and give you the overage back if it's more than $1. Okay, publish, brooch choice, and we are running. Okay, none of those, huh? All right. Do we want to go back to waves? This is my lady on consign to you. All right, let's see what else we have in the box here. Ouch. I have a Connemara marble Celtic brooch. This is a resin bar brooch. I see no signature on this one. Tell me what you're into, guys. Look at this beauty. It's got a little dangling faux pearl. Got swedge build back here. There's a ring up here on the top that could have a necklace put through it should you decide to put it. It's not built meaning for that necessarily, but that is twisted rope pattern. Have a hat gunmetal hat, mesh hat. Look at this beauty. This is an oldie but goodie. This is paste bow, silver tone. That big long pin there, it's not signed. This is like one of those 1970s kind of metal, made to look like a southwestern concho. It's that, thin metal. These were made mostly in the 70s. I'll put that out there as a choice. Here's an old beauty. This is made, this one is marked Coro. So we have a Sarah Cove and a Coro back here. I have a little enamel elephant with rhinestones. I have a crescent shape brooch. This almost, oh my goodness. This almost looks like a Regency brand, but it's not signed. But there's the back on this. And here's the front. Beautiful. Rhinestone and faux pearl crescent. This is an enameled kite brooch. What a beauty. And that one, does it have a pin stop? Yes, it does. This is a little bit more higher end piece. I had a number on there. I could have told you the brand. It's something like Lord, something Lord. Can't see it there. I'll put it there. You see any that we like yet? Here is another older pin. Filigree. I will put this one out there, but I'm going to tell you that the whirly twirly on this pin is missing. It still hooks. It's just that the little safety latch whirly twirly is missing. But she's beautiful, and she's still going out there as a $10 choice. Those are bezel and prong set. Pretty much all bezel set. Or are they pave set? I think they're pave stones. So there's a couple. This one's prong set, and this is prong set. The smaller ones around the outside are prong set. And that's a beauty. So, but that one does have a missing whirly twirly. That is probably not one that we can sell here. This is an interesting piece. This is like a banner pin, and it's got an enameled grape cluster on the inside. Here's the back. not signed. All right, we will restart this, and I'm going to duplicate it first so we get a number on here. All right. I've lowered the price down to 8 from 10, so there you go. Your choice, $8. This is a Pell golfer brooch. The beautiful baguettes in there. They're all here as well. Let's see whose earrings do these belong to. Those are clip-on earrings. They should go in the earring box, but they're not. This one is an enameled lady pin. Enamel on metal. I believe it's copper. She does have some missing enamel on her leg here. Looks like she's wearing compression stockings. She is unsigned. And you see it's got, she's older. She's got a safety pin type of latch. Let's see, stick her in here. This is an old pin. Show you the back first. And you can see that this deterioration of the foil on the back is causing that to look like this on the front. If you know how to refoil or something, that would be a really nice pickup. It is glass. Let's see what you got there. Here's another beautiful pearl and faux pearl and rhinestone old brooch. Just show it to you. All right. And we have this one. It's a little stone in the center. I don't know which stone that is, but that looks like a tumbled rock. And we have this one is all right, this is signed with those 3 lines. I think it's like AII. You see it? The signature's right over here. Just like 3 lines. AII, I believe. This is a faux opal. It's an opalescent rhinestone. We're not getting a good picture there, are we? I'll let that down a little. I don't know. I'm not happy with this way this focus is. I just may have to get myself something else. If anybody has an idea for a camera that they don't have any problems with as far as focus goes, let me know. This is a very Art Deco type of bar brooch. Long. does have a pin stop. All right. Not finding anything you like here, am I? I have a cactus pin. This is a tack pin. It's a cactus. That's unusual. All right. Oh, that's a shame. That's missing a stone. I have to put that over for repair. This is a a cabochon brooch. I don't think that is glass or stone. It might be glass. I have to, I'm going to turn the Presidium on. Let it warm up. And this is, I was wondering if this is a signed one. It is not. Look at the puddling on there. Older American flag pin. All right, I'm going to start putting these backward into the box. And do we still have the folks out there that were wanting to see the Wades again? I will do the Wades, and if we're not going to do the Wades, I'm going to sign off and maybe sign back in under a different name so people know that I'm selling other stuff other than Wades. Because if you're coming in for Wades and you don't see Wades, you might be disappointed. Oh, I have a little kiwi with an inlay in him. Isn't he cute? Oh, I guess he goes like this. Maybe somebody went to Australia. I think he is a mood guy. Let me see if I hold on to him, if he changed color. Let me hang on to him for a little bit. All right. Well, brooches have not been selling for me very much lately. I think I may have to make up some brooch lots and do it that way. Now, here's something that I thought was so pretty and so cute, but there was only one of them. Can we try to remake this into something like a pin and put a pin back on there instead of this earring back? Make that into a tack pin. That would be fun. All right, let's see if, no, the kiwi is not changing color, so. Our Connemara marble and our bell and our bow. This is an old paste bow. Okay, into the brutalist kind of design. I do have that one. It has a hornet and I think that's a hibiscus, maybe. And then I think that's just a little last round. Okay, stop me if you see anything you want. We'll do an $8 start on these. Coral. Unsigned. I have some scarf clips here. If anybody's into those. I just love this one. I'm going to figure out who makes that one. One of the stones is a little dark. Not too terrible. This is Sarakov. All right. All right. Now, before I pull them back over, is anyone still interested in the wades? If you're interested in the wades at 3 for $10, say yes, and I'll bring them back over. If not, I'm just going to end it here, and we'll pull up something else. I'm not hearing or seeing anything from anybody. So, last night, how about, last night, what I did was I just kept on pulling stuff out and seeing if people wanted it or not, and then I hung it back up. However, since the screen on here says it's weighed, maybe I should pop up and just say particulars or mixed bag. Let me see. I'll move these over, see if anybody is interested in any of these. Try to get those on here. I've got a couple pieces on here. This is carnelian and lapis lazuli. And that would be $20 there. I have an art glass, a red glass. Where are you? Come here. Trying to get the ones that are not the hearts off of here so that we can just run the heart. Oh, gosh. That's a heart. What have we got here? This is a feather on a chain, and this one is a art glass. I hate it when you pull one thing down and the whole thing decides to come along with it. But this is a beautiful piece, and I will show it if I can get it off of here in one piece. Oh my gosh. How do these things get so tangled so easily? Come up out of there. I think there's a Liz Claiborne here that's giving us a little trouble. All right. Any of these little heart things I would run 2 for $8 if you're interested. And the little heart pendants, they're nothing fancy, but they are semi-precious stones. Going to fall down. This one here, I'll show you that one. Okay. I'm going to turn my camera up now. I have malachite. This is some kind of, oh gosh, what number are you in the book? 14348. I'll tell you in a second. Please don't fall down. Not cooperating. See if I can stick a wedge under there. Have that so it does not slide. It's going to slide no matter what I do. All right. Okay. This is a sterling plated triple plate spoon handle necklace. Would run this for, I have to run this one for 15. It's on a leather cord. Okay, let me find out what 11348 is, and I tell you the kind of stones that are in those. Oh. 14. In the wrong book. There's got to be a better way. 348 is it's quartz. This is quartz. And then you have, this one is onyx. These are howlite, both of those two. This clear one here is milky quartz. That's another howlite. That's another milky quartz. This is what howlite looks like before it's dyed. This is a sodalite one. This one here, I believe, is aventurine. Let me see what your number is. 353. That's test jadeite. This little green one, test jadeite. This is sodalite. This is malachite, and they are calling this a faux malachite, like a man-made malachite rather than a natural one. This is tiger eye. This is snowflake obsidian. This is regular obsidian or onyx. I'm not sure which one. This is gold stone. That's a nice piece. This is lapis. And the last one over here is sodalite as well. So if you see any of those that you like, I would run any of those. I think I can run them at 2 for $5. Any of them that are on the board here. If you want those run, just let me know. All right, we'll put those off to the side. I think I'm going to ask one more time about Wades. Is there anybody interested in the Wades? If you're not interested in the Wades, what am I doing here, huh? If you are and you want me to bring them up, this is a nice little seed bead. I think those are plastic. Seed bead kind of zebra stripe. This is the art glass one that I was trying to untangle from all of this other stuff here. Yeah, some lampwork beads here, and then some different shapes of glass. It's 3 layers. I think we're at about an 18, maybe a 20 on that first layer. Let's see. It's like a 19 inch on the first layer length. It is not signed. They are on chains rather than on just wire, so it flows real nice. This one is marked. This one is an one like this with a little rhinestone. I think this is Elsie. It's either Lauren Conrad or Liz Claiborne. I believe it's Liz Claiborne. And these are freshwater pearls. Yes, they are real. Okay. I have a couple of really nice silver tone toggle chain bracelets. Nice rhodium plating, I believe, on those. They're like new. $10 on each of those. I have 3 of them. They're 7.5 inches. This one is interesting. This is I thought this was a hide a watch kind of thing, but it's not. It's just a expandable rhinestone bracelet. Arms in like me to some kind of bangles. This would change that up a little bit. I have a lucite bracelet here. This one would fit. Where's mine? There it is. This one would fit a size. This looks like a 7.5. Yep. I have tested it. It is not Bakelite. It is lucite. And there's the closure. You just pull this open. put it around your wrist and clip that back through. This one was a return, and so I've lowered the price on it. It is, this guy right here is missing his 2 earrings. Each one of those is supposed to have a pair of earrings. This one's missing 2. That one's got his, that one's got his, and that one's got his. So that one's missing his earrings. I will show you. Let's see if this comes up in the right here. Got to get it to focus. Is a little break in that hinge. And then over here is a little snag in the hinge. I have not found any problem with it. Still is flexible, somewhat flexible. It's not as flexible maybe as, it's not floppy, but I can get it to fold back on itself. This one is a little stiff, so I'm not going to represent that as anything. It was sent back to me for those reasons, for those two, the hinge issues. So I returned it. This is alpaca, and it has a sterling, it's marked Texaco sterling on the clasp. So this portion here is alpaca, and then the clasp is sterling. And I guess sterling is a little stronger than the alpaca. I'm going to clip this on my 7.5-inch wrist. It fits nicely. I would not be afraid to wear this anywhere. So if that is something you like, I would run this one for $15. These are howlites. They are carved. The faces are carved into the howlite, but they are howlite. It is marked Texaco, Mexico, and sterling on the clasp. All right. There's 5 of you in here, but I'm not hearing from you, so I think we're going to close it up. And I may come on later tonight as a pop-up. But for now, we'll say goodbye, and we'll talk to you later. See you later, guys.